Niggas, we go to your house. Oh, he was too. I'm about to one of them. I'm gonna give him to the end of the summer though. Who want a baby? Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hello. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hello. So, in my younger days, I used to sport a shag. When I went to school, I carried lunch in a bag with an apple for my teacher because I knew I'd get a kiss. Always got mad when the class was dismissed, but when it was in session, I always had a question. Is that enough?
Yeah. And
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back, welcome back. Oh, where's my camera at? Welcome back. So thank you everybody for joining me again. It is Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. We got a few things to talk about, a few things to discuss. First order of business, which is in my life the most important thing right now, getting tickets to the Wizkid concert. Okay, so let me give you guys a backstory. I don't know if any of you guys have once again it's ERIN Styles. You are listening to the Styles Report. All that jazz is great, but we need to go see Wizkid in person. I need to do my Dutty Wine in person. So when I was in Nigeria at the top of the year, the whole trip, we listened to the Made in Lagos album, kind of like as a soundtrack. I had never heard it before, but it became my favorite album of the year while we were out there. Like when I came home, I was on super jet lag, so I would wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would be dancing and unpacking and doing the whole shebang. He kind of looked like a sun-dried Gucci Mane in that picture. And I said, when the world opens up, regardless of where the fuck Wizkid is in the world, I am going to fly there to see fucking Wizkid. I have to see it in person. I have to be on the floor. I have to wear flats, and I have to dance to every fucking song, right? I know every word to that whole album. You guys, you see the joy? You see the joy? I'm excited. So, last week, Wizkid announced that he is starting his, sorry for the jacket, it's kind of cold in here. He is starting the Made in Lagos tour. So, I don't know what I was doing Friday morning. I forgot to set my alarm, but I done fucked around and forgot to buy the tickets as much as I wanted to go, right? I fucked around and forgot to buy the tickets. Now everywhere is sold out. So I'm asking for anybody who just, has a little bit of love for me in their heart. Call anybody you know so we can go see Wizkid. I don't care what city it is. Preferably, there's one in LA on September 24th, and then there's one in Dallas, there's one in Houston, and there's one in Atlanta. Those preferably are the 4 cities I want to go. There's also one in Denver, but I don't want to see Wizkid around white people because they don't know how to vibe, right? They just don't. Like, I went to go see Chance the Rapper, and not that Chance the Rapper is all Black Panther, right? But I went to go see Chance the Rapper one time when I was in Omaha, Nebraska on a bullshit business trip with my ex-boyfriend. And we just happened to see that Chance the Rapper was going to be there. So we went to go see it. It was in an arena. It was an amazing show, but it was all white people. I feel like he and I were the only Black people in the entire arena, and it just didn't jam like it was supposed to because there was no rhythm or vibe in it.
His first project that I was aware of was called Acid Rap. So I mean,
the first one I was aware of was Coloring Book.
Yeah, but that was it. I mean, come on. Now.
So it was a Coloring Book concert.
Nigga. Coloring Book, Acid Rap.
Yeah, I don't really like him anymore. I liked him when he first came out, but now it's just like, okay, nigga, you cheated on your wife, get over it, right? Like every song got to be about you loving your, like we get it, it.
I didn't know that.
We don't care. She's the one that took you back, but nonetheless.
Shout out to Chance.
Shout out to Chance the Rapper. So if anybody knows anybody that knows anybody, I interviewed his DJ a couple of years ago when I was I don't know what you want to call myself doing with this African radio station.
Yeah, we don't know Houston. What you were doing with that.
Right, but DJ Tunes came. DJ Tunes is Wizkid's DJ. So he came. I interviewed him. Then when he came to LA, he ended up inviting me to a party at Ludung. Is that like the tall suited? Yeah. He ended up inviting us to a party at his house. Nigga, they speak English. No, because they have way too many consonants, not enough vowels. So,
Luau Deng was the African brother that played for Chicago Bulls for a while, and then the Lakers gave him a stupid contract for no reason. He's still getting paid, nigga.
Right.
I think
So
2022.
they came and they had a party at his house or a little function or something, and it was amazing. Oh man, Africans love to eat, so there was food, there was drinks, the music was on point. But I haven't spoken to him since then, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. Like, remember 2 years ago we kicked it? No, I haven't talked to DJ Tunes since that time. But he's Wizkid's DJ.
So you just didn't want to just.
I just didn't want to pop up because I feel like now that they've announced these dates, I feel like everybody's calling him, and me and him aren't cool enough like that for, you know what I mean? But if it gets desperate, I will definitely call that nigga and be like, you probably don't remember me, but can I just get 2 to 4 tickets?
I feel you on that. I was at Fish Grill the other day. I had a meeting.
4.
I had a meeting over there, and I seen Soraya, the girl from Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've met her a few times, but last time I met her, we did at the BET Awards. We had like a little podcast station, and me and her kicked it for a little minute at the little award thing. Had a little moment, you know what I'm saying? So I seen her the other day, and she was with her mom, and I said, I should go over there and say what's up. But then I was like, I don't want to be one of them niggas to be like,
you remember me?
You know what I'm saying? I was like, should I pull a picture up, nigga? Like, I was like,
Right.
this is all goofiness, nigga. So I
Right.
just let it go.
So I was actually, it's funny you say that. I was on a date last week at Joey's in Manhattan Beach. So Joey's has a Manhattan Beach location. So when I was there, I don't know if anybody watches the show This Is Us, but I fucking love This Is Us. And it was teenage Randall. If you guys watch the show, you'll know what I'm talking about because they like are in different stages. But it was teenage Randall, and teenage Randall came into Joey's on a date, and I was so fucking geeked, my big grown ass, because I love that show. And I wanted to say something, but I was like, I'm gonna let this little player live on his date and enjoy. So yeah, so that's that. Can't wait. Made in Lagos, September 25th at the Wilton Theater. Let me know who I gotta do a favor for. I wanted to say blow, but I was like, my mama might be listening. So, yeah. All right. So let's get right into it. So on the international front, I know you guys always feel like I'm always talking about African news, which y'all don't want to hear about Italy. So we're going to talk about black people all the time. So currently, the former president of South Africa, President Zuma, Jacob Zuma, he was actually the previous president from the current one now. So he was the last president. He actually was jailed this week or last week for 15 months. He had to turn himself in. He was jailed for contempt of court, of all things, right? It wasn't even a real charge. So they were doing, so apparently he was always embattled with scandals when he was a president, right? So apparently he had did a arms deal, right? Which they felt like was very corrupted, and him and his right hand got some type of financial kickback from this arms deal, right? So they wanted to investigate the corruption, but obviously he wasn't participating in the investigation of himself, right? So, right. So I guess after going back and forth with him about him not participating, they had enough, and they was like, you know what, nobody is above the law, and they jailed him for 15 months. So since they arrested him, or he turned himself in, so to speak, there is chaos in South Africa. There's looting, there's riots, there's fires, people are getting killed. There's been as of this morning, there's been 60 people arrested because he went within Johannesburg and then his hometown. It starts with a Z. Sorry, didn't have that part. But yeah, so he has 15 months. So yeah, on the international front.
Now, on international news, I don't think it's a coincidence, but it's kind of ironic that parts of Africa, right, seem to be going through chaos because of the leaders removed. Mm-hmm. Same thing in Cuba, same thing in Hades. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of strange.
Right. The common denominator is that they're all black countries ran by black people. And I feel like people, this African that I was dating, he used to always say to me that Africa is the last frontier. you can never make any more land. You could build more buildings, you
Facts.
could build more houses, you could do all this other bullshit, but you can never build or create more land.
Right.
And if anybody is knowledgeable of geography, you know, literally every continent on the face of the earth can fit comfortably into the continent of Africa. That's how large it is.
Right.
So I always tell people, like, if you can make it in Africa, you really don't have to make it anywhere else because you've made it in America 3 times over, you know?
Right.
And I feel like people are starting to feel as if, I don't understand why they keep saying that there's not enough room for everybody or there's not enough space or resources, because if you've ever driven from Texas to California, there's fucking 12, 15 hours of jack shit. So why can't these people live out there? But nonetheless, that's where we're at with it. I guess this is kind of international news. I'm not sure. But did anybody hear about Richard Branson making it to space and back? And he brought his ass back. On his own spacecraft. Who are you talking to? Oh, okay. So he was on his own spacecraft. So he built the Virgin. Right. So the Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Records, the Virgin billionaire, Richard Branson, he built his own spacecraft. And him and Elon Musk were like on a race to who was going to get to space first, because, you know, it's a billionaire pissing contest. And he made it to space. He hung out for a couple of days and he made it back. So now they're saying that because of that, the successful travel and return, that this is going to start opening up international space tourism. I don't know for what. There's nothing out there to see except the Earth you just left. You know what I mean?
Partners?
Like,
I don't understand anything anymore.
Welcome to
not always
2021.
so sensitive. Nonetheless, when you got the money. They have
British
an
billionaire
hour price.
Richard Branson
He paid
first took tourists to the sky back in 1984, flying aboard a used jumbo jet repainted with the logo of his upstart company, Virgin Atlantic Airlines. Today, Branson soared into space on board a Virgin Galactic rocket plane with a crew of 5 others. He called this the dawn of a new space age aimed at sending tourists there too. CBS's Mark Strassman watched it all near Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Mark, good evening.
I tell you, Errol, that really was something, a milestone for Richard Branson personally, but also one for commercial space. The emerging market of space tourism has a genuine success story.
Sir Richard Branson.
On his own spacecraft, and now I think it's about to be a monkey see, monkey do contest, right? That's some old school shit. Y'all remember that?
I booked our hotel and
Would you
kayak.
go to space?
It's flexible if we need to cancel.
Cancel? I haven't left the house in a year.
I feel like
Nothing will stop me from vacation! No
Like,
canceling.
it would put a lot of things into
Flexible
perspective.
cancellation.
But
Kayak.
I traveled
Search
to
one
the
and
site.
done.
So,
Three,
what is the site? We just
2,
up there.
Right.
1,
Looking down
release,
at Earth.
release,
I mean,
release.
she never been. We've never been, so we don't know.
Well, I was looking at it. I mean, he had a couple selfies out the window and stuff. It looked like the internet worked up there. It looked like the internet was working. So they had a couple selfies or something up there. But that's where we're at with it. What else do I have for you guys today? Has anybody been online? So we have a new Karen on our hands. She is the Victoria's Secret Karen. So apparently this lady who is on TikTok, her name is I Am Love Kills on TikTok. If you guys have TikTok, you could probably go there and look at the video. I don't have TikTok because I feel like Instagram already takes up enough of my time, so I don't need another. It's like, how many apps do we need to watch other people, you know? So I am silently boycotting TikTok. They don't care, but ain't no beef. I just don't have the mental capacity to keep watching y'all's lives. But apparently, I Am Love Kills from TikTok was in a Victoria's Secret, and this Karen, I don't know what the fuck happened because we don't see prior to the recording, or we're not knowledgeable what happened prior to the recording, but apparently she started recording this lady. The lady realized she was being recorded, and she acted a plumb fucking fool. Like, plumb fool. Like, laid on the ground, hollered and screamed, turned red, and was chasing the woman, saying, stop coming after me, or something like that, as she's chasing somebody else. Stop coming after me. But in the end, they tried to kick the black lady out the mall. And she wasn't having it because she felt like this bitch was the one chasing me around the store. Even the manager told her she was chasing her around the store. And, yeah. So, I don't know what that's about. But we have another Karen on our hands. My favorite part of these Karen stories, or these Karens and Kens, is when they get identified. Like, it's not the video. The video, yeah, that shit's funny. But the funny part to me is, like, once we know their name and we got their LinkedIn and their Facebook and, like, it's the ultimate humiliation sets in, I feel like that's the best part of it. But
Have you ever experienced a Karen?
no, I really don't interact with. I hate to say it like that because it makes it sound like I'm like anti-white people, and I'm not. I grew up in Palmdale, so clearly I had lots of white friends growing up. I guess I'm the white version of I got black friends. I'm the black version of that. So I don't have anything wrong with them. It just always seems the vibes be off. And like what was his name on Snowfall? Not Man Boy. You never seen Snowfall?
I've never watched.
But like the
Snowfall
guy said on
before.
Snowfall, the vibes never lie. The vibes never lie. And that has been my life's mantra since a couple weeks ago. The vibes never lie.
I should put that on a shirt.
They don't. The vibes don't lie. So, I don't know. In my day-to-day interaction, and this sounds fucked up, and it's very problematic for me to say it, I just don't know a lot of white people like that I'm friends with that like we call me like, girl, let's go to brunch or let's go ride bikes on the beach or you know what I mean? I just live a very insulated black life,
I think that's important.
My significant, I don't have no significant others, but my two new boo daddies, they black.
You got two?
I got two. We in these
She
streets.
got two
Hey, we in
boos?
these streets. Okay, we can take this jacket off. It ain't hot in here. I mean, cold in here anymore.
What makes them what?
Well, they're not really my boo daddies. They're
you,
not really my boo daddies. I just hung out with them a couple times.
Okay.
One of them lives in my building, which is the worst thing
Yeah,
ever.
that's scary.
It's yes,
Better
absolutely.
hope that works out. Nigga.
Bruh, we tried to be very
Y'all should just move in together at this point.
No, because it's not even like that. It's only I'm over here just being thirsty. It's only been a couple weeks since I even knew he existed. Well, I saw him one day cleaning up, and he didn't have his shirt on. Like, he came out his back door, and he was doing something. He didn't have his shirt on. So I, like the creep I am, stood on my balcony and just watched that nigga until he decided to take his ass back in the house. Like a real creep. But then a couple days later, I saw him at the grill on Father's Day. Him and his friends were grilling shit. So I was being thirsty, so I bought me a steak to put on the grill so I could sit up here and talk. Now, I bought the steak before, but
It all worked out.
it all worked out. But the bad thing about it is that I literally can see his apartment from every window of my house because the way our buildings are set up.
Mhm.
So from my bathroom, from my bedroom, from my
You on creep
kitchen,
status.
I'm 9 all the time.
Now let me ask you this, because people get embarrassed about being creeps. Now,
Mhm.
is it a voyeur thing, or is just like it's an obvious thing? Like, obviously, I can see you from here, right? So obviously, I'm gonna look like you. Somebody's walking by.
I'm just nosy.
Okay.
Just that. That's
But would you
really
consider yourself a voyeur? Like, would you just sit there and watch and kind of
like when most people say voyeur, they're talking about like watching other people have sex.
No,
You know what I
that
mean?
doesn't
But like
mean-
voyeurism is just people watching.
that's what I'm saying. So,
Oh, I love
but
people.
but enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people like actually enjoy people watching.
I
you
like
know?
people
Just sit there,
watching.
observe. Right. Yeah.
Like
okay.
Lamert Park on Juneteenth was like the ultimate
right,
people
right,
watch
right.
because like all the black people were moisturized, everybody was looking
hilarious.
good. No, I mean like when we went out there,
Yeah, that's
nobody was half stepping. Whatever your step was, they brought it. Like whatever your vibe was, everybody brought their vibe. Skin was looking glowing, hair was popping, everybody had
That's
fresh
the best
lineups,
of it.
curls was juicy, booties was juicy. Like that was, if I could recreate that day again, I would and invite more people because that was a fabulous day. So yeah, so that's the one building boo I can see, and that's the only thing. So we kind of like we hung out once, and the vibes didn't lie, but they was a little too strong for us to be living on top of each other.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean they were a little too strong?
I liked him, but we neighbors.
What does that mean? Why don't y'all just move in together?
He got 2 kids.
You ain't got no kids, so he just got a head start.
I don't know how I feel about parenting other people's children.
How old are they?
They are 3 and 9. His
Get-
daughter is a doll.
Get in there.
I went out one night and she saw me. I was being thirsty again. I randomly washed some kitchen towels when they was out there. I didn't need to, but whatever. Hey, this is my truth. And
Fellas, pay attention.
right, it's my truth. And so I found a reason to take my ass outside. So I was like, I'm gonna wash these kitchen towels. I've been sitting here since forever. And his daughter saw me. I was about to go out, and she was like, "Oh, I had my makeup in like a bag because I was super late, and K-Dot was waiting on me." And she was like, "Oh, are you about to do your makeup?" And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't have time. I'm gonna do my makeup." And she was like, "Oh, you're so beautiful. You don't need makeup." And I just warmed my fucking heart. You know, I live for a compliment, right? I am here for all compliments. So I just thought that was super sweet and it warmed my heart. So I was in the store a couple of days later and I saw this little purse that I was like, oh, this is super cute. I want to buy it for her. But then I was like, bitch, you doing too much. You looking wide open and thirsty. Put this shit back and go about your day.
Why is it thirsty to do something nice for somebody?
It wasn't that doing something nice for the little girl. It was that it's his daughter. And I just felt like that was just a little too forward too soon.
Chat room, what y'all think?
All right, chat room, what do you guys think? 818-914-4087. How do you feel if you're dating someone and you're not dating them long, right? You're only dating them. Well, we're not even fucking dating. Right. Let me say that part. We're not even dating. He's just one of my neighbors who I just think is
who she stalking?
Low key, yes, who I'm stalking.
In a good way. If that's possible.
It ain't even in a good way. I'm low-key stalking. I mean, it's not that I'm stalking. I'm just looking out my window. You know what I mean?
Same thing.
How would you feel about somebody buying your child a gift that you aren't really dating or romantically?
When is that okay?
Romantically interested in? Yeah. When is that okay to buy a gift? So 818-914-4087. Call and let me know. I wanted to buy the gift, and then I said to my friend, and she was like, "Oh no, I think you should at least run it by him first. Like, oh, she said something nice. You should get it just to make sure he's cool with it." But then I just seemed thirsty and eager. No,
you definitely do that because
no. I definitely should run it by him, but I felt like at that moment running it by him.
Do you have any nieces?
I have a shit ton of nieces and nephews.
So what you can do is say, "Look, I was out shopping for my nieces. I was picking a few items. I seen this. I thought, your daughter might like one too."
I just felt like that was a little too much.
Let's
see. Let me see.
If you're getting it for your nieces, right, and that's just like a casualty, you're just throwing that in there because they're there. You don't want to be an asshole.
Yeah, but then, like, how would you feel if you had kids,
right,
and you met this girl, you hung out with, she lives in your building, you hung out with her once or twice, energy was all good, but then she pops up with some shit for your kid.
That's cool.
That's cool?
That's cool. I'd be like, if
I felt like it felt creeperish.
If it was casual, if you went out to buy the kid something to impress me, that's when it get a little weird. Like if you
I went to buy it because of the compliment she gave me. I thought it was very sweet.
That's what I'm saying. But that's a genuine thing. Like you're not being a creep. You're not out shopping for the kid. You was out. You seen something. You're like, oh, I should get this for what you. But that does mean you care. You like the person.
Right. I just felt like I don't want to lay up my whole hand on the table. You know what I mean?
But you should. Look, that's how I knew when I liked a woman is when if I was out
and I wanted to buy stuff.
Because I'm never like that about nobody. Like I've never had that thought that I should. Well, I do. Pop's not hooking you up. I don't buy birthday gifts no more. But I would always get my pop shoes and stuff for his birthday growing up. But for people, I was never like the kind of person who would just be out and see something that somebody might like. And be like, oh, let me just get this for him for no reason. You know what I mean? But when I thought I was really interested in somebody, that's how I knew.
That's how I know I'm into somebody too, because I don't ever
get them an extra straw.
I don't ever buy. I never buy any. The only person that ever gets really a gift from me is my mom. I got too big of a family. I got way too big of a family. Like
that's possible, yeah.
I got 5 brothers and sisters, 10, 15 nieces and nephews, depending on how you counting and who we counting, and it's just too much. Yeah, it's just too much. So the only person who I look out for is my mama and my granny.
Yeah, I'm like that with my brothers and sisters. I gotta be very careful, nigga, or I'll be broke. Probably the store.
Okay. So what else we got for you today? Oh, local news. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. 110% disgusting. So 17 million gallons of sewage was dumped into the Santa Monica Bay illegally. I want to say like yesterday or a few days ago. So
by who?
I don't know. They didn't say all that.
Oh.
They just said it was dumped. So if anybody is in the LA area, especially if you're in the South Bay area, don't take your ass near the beach. Dock Wilder is closed. El Segundo is closed. The city of Los Angeles and LA County are testing beach waters. But you already swimming in shit in our beaches. And I don't know why people are so obsessed with California beaches. Like, that shit is picturesque, but it's not enjoyable. You know what I mean? The water's cold. It's dirty. You can't see in it. Like, I only swim in shit that I could, like, see my feet in. If I can't see my feet, we don't get in.
No, yeah, I agree. And you know what it is? I think a lot of people in L.A. haven't been to other beaches. So you don't really have a perspective, you know what I'm saying? You're right. When you see clear water, then you looking at the LA.
Yeah, like even in Houston, like in Galveston, they used to be. I'm like, you niggas is swimming in mud. What is this? This is disgusting.
Yeah,
so
I've noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys are in the LA area this weekend, coming anytime soon, yeah, kick it inland or just stay on the sand because you're going to be swimming in shit until they figure. And it's 17 million gallons. Like, nigga, how long that take to dissipate and make its way off the shore? You know what I mean? That is so disgusting. And then when you think about it, like, what about all this seafood we're eating? Like, I know we're not getting shit off the shore, but how deep did they dump this? So yeah. On another note, Suns in 5, right?
What you think, Iran?
I thought they were going to be Suns in 4, but I felt like Milwaukee was not about to get swept, so they had to have, you know what I mean? I feel like it's going to be Suns in 6. That's my bet. Suns in 6. I feel like Milwaukee's going to have to win one more game. They're going to go home soon, or if they're not home already, they're going to have to win just for pride.
Shout out to Giannis.
And then, yeah.
Suns in 5, huh?
Suns in 6.
Suns in 6?
Suns in 6.
Where
are you at with it?
I want Chris Paul to win.
Me too.
I feel like for somebody do anything 16 years, nigga, like, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Cut the nigga a break. You know, LeBron got 4 rings. Nigga try to get 1, you know.
Carmelo doesn't have any.
That's the flip side, nigga. Like, so if he gets 1, Carmelo's the only lone wolf out there with nothing. But I think Giannis is playing his butt off, man. Like, for somebody to be out there scoring 40 points in a finals game.
So the G is silent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Giannis wasn't one of these guys who were projected to be a top tier player.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not like a Chris Paul or a Devin Booker. Like, he wasn't drafted to be this guy. So he's literally worked himself into being a superstar athlete. You know. So that's
have you guys heard about the chatter about the the U.S. Olympic team? They got their ass beat by Nigeria.
Okay, so this is the thing, though. So this is the thing.
To who?
They lost again to Australia.
So some white people and black people. Oh,
that's the trippy part, right? So when you're watching these games, people have to keep in mind the diaspora. Is that what they call it? When you watch these games, you're really just watching a bunch of brothers play against themselves that's scattered all over the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you look at all the countries.
My friend used to play for their national team, Alade Aminu, and his brother plays for I believe the Hornet. No. What are they?
Aminu plays for the Magic.
Is it the Magic? Or was it New Orleans?
He plays for the Magic now.
He plays for the Magic? Yeah. So Alade and Amino I knew them from
from
Atlanta. But yeah, he played in the Nigerian
even
team.
Those dudes, I believe that those dudes are really brothers that just got left in Nigeria during the slave trade. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean they're really brothers?
I think they just really like we are, like just black people who got left in Africa during the slave trade.
It's all the same. It's like when people say like, "Oh, I'm Jamaican," or "I'm Trinidadian," or "I'm Bahamian." It's like, nigga, that was just a boat stop.
No. But I'm talking about specifically in Africa, right? There's still remnants of those people that was left over.
I want to know, and this is random, unprovoked, and not needed.
Oh shit.
However, I want to know what niggas did they drop off in Philly? Because Philly niggas.
They did stop up north first, though. That's interesting. So that was probably the first group.
If anybody here has ran across a Philly dude, you already know where I'm going with this.
Shout out to Meek.
Bruh. I don't know if it's the water. I don't know if it's the motorbikes. I don't know what it is. But Philly men don't disappoint. We'll leave it at that.
I don't know. We don't know what that means.
Philly men got pipe. Super pipe. I mean, I've only ran across a couple Philly guys in my life.
You guys hear that?
And they all the same. And then I asked some of my friends who are from, who date Philly guys. They have all said the same thing. Then I rushed across a Philly Jamaican nigga. You have no idea.
You guys hear
this? That
this?
nigga's still on my nerves to this day. I had to tell him yesterday, I don't like the way you treat me. Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
So?
He don't give a fuck.
No,
it's not even that I don't like the way he treats me, because he's cool. His just time. God, it's like he's the type of motherfucker that will say to you, it's 2:00. I'll be there for 3, right? Cool. And will legitimately show up at 9 fucking p.m. Legitimately. No issues. And wondering why you calling him, like, where the fuck are you at? Like, and then when you get upset, he'd be like, but this is what I do. You know I'm coming.
So I feel him on that thing. You can't complain. If this is what I do and I'm consistently doing this, then that's it.
Okay, then that means that this is somebody I just can't hang out with because this is such a big pet peeve for me.
Right.
And I tell him it's not about you coming at 9:00. that's not the issue. Just give me a realistic
No.
arrival time.
No.
Like, if you're going to come at 9, just say 9. Because what I take it as is I take it as it's like sheer fucking disrespect that you don't respect my time, or you feel like your time is the only one that matters. And when you get to me, you get to me. Like, what if I wanted to do other shit? Go grocery shopping or clean up, or I don't fucking know, have somebody here before you got here. Nigga, you occupying all my time.
But if that's how I'm moving, that's how I just had this conversation with my rib. I told her, she was telling about, somebody, our family member. And she was saying, I just don't understand why they do this and this. And I said, well, you've known this person your whole life.
Right.
This is called consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be the one to make the adjustment, not the other person. It's not on the, I look at life like it's never on the other person to adjust for me to be comfortable.
Okay.
And I can never do that to anybody.
But you have the option of not dealing with them.
That's the only option I have.
But what happens when you can't not deal with them?
The only option I have is either I have to make the adjustment or not deal with the person. But I can't sit there and complain about what they're doing. That's not fair. Because that person has every right to be who they are because they've gone through what they've gone through.
That's how I feel when people always trying to change me. Like,
Right.
nigga, I'm not trying to be lame like y'all. Speaking of random news, back to the NBA, and this is old shit, but I just wanted to speak my little piece. So Nick and I were talking about Rachel Nichols earlier today.
Right.
And how she was complaining that whatever the other girl's name was, the black girl, was a diversity hire, right? And in my research, I found out that she is related to Diane Sawyers, right? I want to say she's like a cousin or a niece or something. So, bitch, you really think you got here on the strength of yourself? Like, you riding Diana tail. Diana, whatever her name is. Like, I just feel like that's just the sheer, like, right. You see that? And them hoes even look alike, right? You see that? So, there's this author that I follow named Lovey on Twitter and Instagram or whatever, but she has this term that she, like, Audacity. She has a term, she calls it caucasity.
Caucasity.
Right. And to me, it's just like
That's
the
hilarious.
fact that you are Diane Sawyer's relative and you're in media and journalism, but yet you have a problem that this black girl was a diversity hire.
But she wasn't. That was the trippy part, was like, this is my issue. I feel like white people are diversity hires.
You think so?
Because she doesn't, like, Rachel Nichols, granted, she's cool at being an announcer and all that stuff, right?
She's black.
I don't know. I don't like to say that because I don't really like to hear people's opinion that never play sports. So it's
not about her playing sports. It's about her being a journalist.
But for me, that's general. So I don't like to comment on somebody whether they're good or not because I have a biased opinion anyways, right?
Okay.
So for me, it's whatever. But I feel like the young black lady had actually played professional basketball.
Okay.
Like, she actually has some kind of context of what she's saying.
Right.
And it's very difficult to judge people in a profession if you've never participated in that profession.
Mm-hmm.
So no, she has long hair. The black girl, she has long hair.
Maria.
What's the sister's name, y'all?
Maria something. Marie.
Yeah, I'll find her name. But yeah, and yeah, she played basketball. She was really good at basketball. She's great at being an analyst.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I find like the men respect them a little bit more when the female has some kind of collegiate or professional, credits to them. So I think it just makes for better.
Men respect you more. That's problematic, but
It's not. Look, next time y'all watch Skip and what's my man's name? Shannon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time the woman leads the question, they never acknowledge her. They just skip right to the dude and start talking, which I think is so weird. Like,
maybe
she'd be like,
write in and say that.
she'd be like, "Hey, Shannon, what do you think about this and this and this?" And he'd be like, "Look, Skip," and he'd just go into, So I don't know what that's about, but we should boycott Rachel. Well, I don't really care that much, honestly. I don't watch her no way. But chat room, how do y'all feel about Rachel Nichols?
I don't even have cable, so I don't even know why I'm sitting here talking shit. I ain't never seen them. I only see live TV at other people's houses.
That's hilarious. M. Willie said he was born in Philly, by the way.
Oh, you was born in Philly. Tell him to drop a picture.
M. Willie, you heard what she said?
Slide in my DMs. Give me a photo. Let's see. Let's see if you really from Philly.
Slide on her.
Right. Send me a little flick. I can tell you if you from Philly or not.
Send her a flick of the wrist.
Right. Flick of the wrist. Let me see.
Send her the flick of the wrist.
In entertainment, so Space Jam had its premiere yesterday. What's his name was up there who hosted the premiere? Mouthpiece.
Oh, that's my guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Mouthpiece hosted the red carpet, did the whole Voice of Venice, but did it at the Staples Center on the purple carpet.
Shout out to
You
Mouthpiece.
can come in. Oh, it's Rob.
P-Weezy.
Why you look so scared?
You on probation or something? My guy.
This nigga
What's
serving you. That's why you. That's why he looks like that.
He on creep mode.
Obviously. You would never know. Rob in person and Rob on his Instagram, two totally different people.
You would know.
On his Instagram, you would think he's moonlighting as a deacon. And in person, he's sitting in the audience asking for prayer. I'll just leave it like that. But hey, don't judge people unless you know him in person, because this nigga will have you fooled. You be thinking you're getting a God-fearing church man, and I'm not saying he's not, but just not all the time.
That's pretty consistent, though.
Right. That was a compliment. So, anyways, I didn't really give a fuck about Space Jam. I just wanted to shout out LeBron's wife looking fucking delicious in that lime green yesterday. I don't know if any of you guys saw the picture of her at the premiere. Oh, we have a caller. Great. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Shantae calling from Seattle. What's going on?
Oh, perfect timing.
Shantae, call right back. My bad.
Why?
'Cause I tried to hit the sound button. I hit the off button. It's right next to it.
Oh, Shantae, call
Shantae,
right back.
call right back.
We accidentally hung up.
Yeah, I tried to turn your sound up, brother. My bad.
We was trying to turn your sound up. Thank you.
So Aaron, did you see the previews for what you call it?
For Space Jam?
Yeah.
No.
Did you? I'm assuming you seen the original Space Jam.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the original?
Bro, I'm old now. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. I thought it was good at the time. You know, Michael Jordan he's a horrible actor, but I thought he did good in that movie.
I just think that I just love LeBron James' wife. I like the fact that they've been together since high school, and that they have 3 kids together, and she looks so great in that neon green. She got body,
Shout out to LBJ and his wife.
But we have Shantae back on the phone. Perfect timing, Shantae. So for you guys who are listening, or if you don't know, Shantae is the guest that I had last week when we were discussing cryptocurrency and our Money Mayhem segment. So Shantae told me last week that if I invest 500 of my hot dollars, that he can turn it into 50,000 by the end of the year by investing aggressively in cryptocurrency. So I said, game on. I took the challenge and let's do it. So last week he came and he gave a very brief overview of crypto and whatnot. It was a lot to digest at once because if you're not familiar with crypto, which I'm not, it's a lot of new lingo that you have to kind of get a hold of. But yeah, so he gave us all these wallets that we needed to download and
look into
and to download and whatnot. I haven't downloaded them yet because apparently I got to delete everything off my motherfucking phone to download these 5 wallets. So we're going to buy a memory card or something and try to work that out. But next week we got y'all. We starting the challenge next week. I'm going to open up my wallet. I'm going to show everybody the trades I make and we're going to see where we got to the end of the year. But I say all of that to say, welcome Shantae.
What's up?
What's going on?
Man, well, right now I'm looking at the market and it's a perfect time to buy because everything is down right now. Like everything is low. Like Bitcoins fell, Ethereum fell. So I think it's definitely a time for us to get in. So the next couple of days, me and you will definitely get on the phone and we'll get to doing our homework. I think we might have like a 10-day window for everything to be low as it is before it starts to rise up. Let's turn some of this money into profit.
Now, why do you say, where are you getting this 10-day window from? What are you basing that off of?
Well, last time, like I told you, man, a lot of the research that I've been doing is like on the moon position and the way things have been flowing, and if you do like a Bing or Google search, you'll find a lot more people have the same ideology as me, and they follow these different trends, especially when it comes to like different temperaments with people and spending. So it's just something that I've been following for like the past 4.5 months, and it's been holding true with certain situations, even in the stock market. I know everybody's eyes is on AMC right now. We got a couple different variables that factor in, but sometimes the stock market mirrors cryptocurrency as well.
So where is the moon today? Because you're saying all the stocks are down. What's our degree of illumination today?
Let's see. We are today. Today's the 13th, right?
Today is the 13th.
So today, right now, we have 12% illumination.
So do you think they're going to rise or go down?
Things are going to be down. It's going to be down for a minute. We'll see. We're in the after hours spot now, so we'll see in the after hours what bubbles up. But I think we're going to be down for a minute.
Okay,
that's why. Go ahead.
If we had to pick three, you said everything is down this week. If we had to pick three stocks or three crypto or three things to purchase, what would you say would be the biggest flip, so to speak? Bang for our buck. Some shit we ain't got to hold until fucking retirement. You know what I mean?
I think definitely with this 10-day span, AMC is going to jump. I definitely think AMC is going to jump back up. It's not going to stand at 38.21. You know, it'll bounce back up to around like at least like 48 to 52.
Okay, so get AMC.
Yep. BP gas. You know, petroleum. I like them right now.
Even though our oceans are on fire because of fossil fuel, like, you think that's still a good investment?
Yeah, so, you know, I guess if we have a gas shortage, it's going to rise some prices, right? You know, make some money, right?
I guess when you look at it like that. And what's the third one?
Third one, Ethereum. Ethereum with cryptocurrency, I expect Ethereum to make a real big bounce. They're at 1945, and you know they fell tremendously where it was at around like 38 and 42, but I definitely see them making a real strong pull.
So what are you basing this off of? Like,
you can look at these. You can look at some of these charts. You can look at some of these graphs, and there's patterns inside the graphs. But I said, for me, the most thing I look at is the after hours when you have, you know, Germany and China doing what they're doing, investing while we're asleep. And then I also look at, like I said, the moon position for me is really big. You know, in the after hour spot, typically, if I'm looking at a stock, you know, I'm looking for it to be in the after hours at least at 3.67 to 4%, you know, growth in activity where it's green. You know what I'm saying? Typically, if you don't see that, it's not going to start out pretty good for the following morning for us when we wake up when that bell hits at 6:30. So if it's not really in the positive around that, between that margin, I really won't mess with it until, you know, maybe 7 a.m., 10 o'clock, because then by that time you'll be able to see more of if it's going to be on the upside or the downside. You know what I'm saying?
So how did your stuff do this week? You're down, I guess, with everybody else?
Oh yeah, I'm down, but I'm buying. I look at it, everything's on sale, baby. I'm buying. I don't care. You know, this is the time to buy, especially for a person like me. I'm thinking on, you know, I'm definitely thinking gas. I'm thinking wood. I'm thinking water. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, you know, the standard things that have to be bought for our economy.
And this is off of the S&P, the gas, wood, water, the commodities. S&P's good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. What does S&P stand for?
SP 500.
I know. What is that? What does that mean?
That's a group of like standard stocks that, you know. Here, let me pull this up real fast. I don't want to give you no hood terms. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do some homework real fast. As a matter of fact, did you talk anything about the article I sent you earlier about
No,
AMC?
You can actually get into it.
Yeah, so that article is big. So you know, these hedge fund guys have been, you know, doing these calls for a long time and, you know, shorting some of these stocks, especially like AMC and GameStop. And like now, I think with that article that just came out, they're coming to an end where they're not going to let them do as much as they've been doing it. So it's really going to be in favor of the people here pretty soon. So I think, you know, I think we're going to see a real nice kick up.
So so what is the title of this article? So if people are listening, they can Google it and find the link to it.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is sorry, scrolling. So this is the JP Morgan warns hedge funds to expect indirect margin calls.
Okay, so if you guys are interested, Google JP Morgan warns market calls.
Yes, and man, this is definitely something to read and to get into.
So what does this mean for regular folks?
So regular folks.
What is a market call? Let's start there. What's a market call?
So a market call is you're going to say whether a stock is going to you're betting on it to either rise or fall.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you can bet either way. You can bet for a long rise at a specific date, or you can say, hey, it's gonna fall right around here. And so, you know, they've been. This is just me and my term. They've been manipulating this for years, and this is how the big whales and the big fish have been eaten, and we've been getting peanuts. And so now that we know the game and now that we're able to see these calls and see who's bidding on what, the long and the short, it's more of an advantage for us. And so now that they're going to put, basically this article is basically putting a cap on those calls, which I think eventually AMC is going to squeeze, and we're going to make a lot of money. So, it should have been done. It should have been something it's illegal, to be honest with you. There's really no other way to cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so basically, a market call is,
for a while.
So to put it in layman's terms, a market call is like, okay, so say we're working on AMC, right? And I am a hedge fund, and I say, I don't believe AMC is going to go up to $1,000 by the end of the day. And I'm going to bet $1 million that their share is not going to reach $1,000, right?
Yeah.
So in the event that it doesn't reach $1,000, I win.
Oh, you're paid. Yeah, you're paid.
But isn't that so? Okay, so now I see why it's kind of like frowned upon, because if you know a stock is not about to shoot through the roof, you can short anybody and make money, right?
Yeah, but this is the other factor to it though. They're getting a loan from the bank, so the banks are tired of them getting a loan and it's not being paid. It's not being paid. It's being called so far out they're not receiving any money from it. So that's why they're like, look, you guys got to pay up. And this is why, and this is just my terminology. I think, or my thought process on this, I think the fall of this stock today is because they're starting to panic on this pay up. I think their balls are to the wall, with this illegal activity, and I think, it's just it's gonna get worse for them. So they're lowering the price of the stock, like to pressure, and it's going to be a springboard. You know what I'm saying? They're actually making it go higher and higher after when this whole squeeze happens. So it's about, they're baiting a lot of people, regular people, being like, oh, the stock's falling, they're going to want to get out. But a lot of us, and people are called diamond hands, apes, you know what I'm saying? That's the stock terminology. A lot of people are holding. They're holding because they know what's eventually going to happen. This stock is going to have to rise. It's too much.
Okay. So basically, to sum up this call, stocks are down, and if you want to tie it to the moon position, that is because there's no illumination. There are 3 stocks that you were saying to get your hands on this week, why everything is down, and that's AMC, that's BTG, and that's Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum is the crypto, yep.
Ethereum is the crypto, okay.
Yeah.
And you would say, get these this week, why they're down.
Yeah. And if you can, pay attention to a lot of these press releases from, J.P. Morgan and Chase and some of these banks.
Is there a particular website that you go to for this news, or do you just search like Financial Times in the morning?
Yeah, I just do a typical search. A lot of people are on Reddit, you know what I'm saying, but I just typically do a search because some of these blogs cater, you know what I'm saying, a certain way. So I just like to look at everything. But
what's the best Reddit subgroup?
Yeah, and a lot of these banks are separating themselves from these large calls, and so you'll start to see this within the next couple of days. So, invest for the long haul and make some money.
When you say long haul, what is long haul? Like 3 months, 9 months?
I'm some like I'm not gonna sell Chevron or BP Petroleum for a while. That's like something I'm gonna hang on to. It's not a quick flip for me. I'm not gonna sell TRX, which is the Tanzanian gold. I'm not gonna sell that for a long time. I'm keeping that. Though these are hard stocks, and even Ethereum, I'm not gonna sell Ethereum either. I'm gonna hold on to that for a long time.
What did you buy in at Ethereum?
Ooh, Ethereum, I caught that when it hit like 1,000. I got late in the game with Ethereum. I was on Bitcoin tough, and then I caught Ethereum at 1,000. So right now, I think I got like four coins of Ethereum, 4 solid coins.
Okay.
Like every time I get some extra money, I buy certain things. I buy Ethereum, I buy Cosmos, I buy Compound, and before they cut off XRP, I buy as much of that as I could.
Have they cut it off already?
On certain platforms, I think only only platform you can get on is Uphold, and it's a trick bag for certain people to get that. So if you can get XRP.
All right, let's see. No thanks. What's my XRP? My XRP is down. Oh, well, you said everybody's down.
Yeah, it's gonna fluctuate, but eventually you'll be solid when that does what it needs to do. For sure.
Okay. Well, thank you, Shantae, for calling in. We appreciate it. We're gonna
Yes,
talk
no problem.
later on this week, and we're gonna. I'm gonna be really ready for y'all next Tuesday. For real, for real.
Oh yeah, come on. Yeah, I might even make a surprise visit. I might be popping up in
Oh,
LA.
you're gonna be
so
back
I
in
might
town. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I
all
think
right.
I think
That
so.
ain't my
I'll keep you
business.
updated on that.
All right. All right. Well, we'll talk next week.
Okay.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
What? So, what do you think, Nick? What are your thoughts on crypto and stocks and this, that, and the third?
Interesting. I watched this documentary last night about this guy explaining how he never uses the safest form of money in the world,
Which is?
credit.
Okay.
So he was explaining how he's never used a debit card. He never uses cash. None of his kids has ever owned a debit card.
Okay.
And he was explaining how instead of playing the stock market, he just does this. He uses the same energy. He just does it with credit.
And how does that work? Like, okay.
So you can hustle credit, right?
Uh-huh.
Much like you can hustle stocks.
Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Erin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
This is Seymour.
How are you doing, Seymour?
I've never heard of a man named Shantae before. He's the first one.
We were just saying that. I know a Kelly, I know a
Yeah.
Ashley, but I don't know any Shantaes. So he's my first.
Yeah, he's the first Shantae. Praise God. I just wanted to let you know that your shows have been very good. I love how you have your topics together, very organized.
Thank you.
And I want you to keep going.
Oh, I appreciate
we
that.
might need
Thank
to
you
cut
so
down
much.
on Shantae's segment. I'm just saying.
I was trying to explain it, but I feel like
I think he's just a little monotone. That's what it is.
it's not that. I
No,
also
it's
feel
not-
like it's a lot of
not that,
information.
Like, when
He's a little
she's
monotone
doing
with
her
it,
part, when she's actively doing it, that's cool. But like his phone call just now, they could have had that offline. We didn't have to hear all that.
Okay.
More enthusiasm,
You know,
Shantae.
like all of her topics and everything, it's been great. I meant to call like last week. I really enjoy it.
I
But yeah,
appreciate that.
Shantae, y'all could have he could have called you after your show and y'all could have had that discussion. We didn't really need to hear
Well, I
all
was
that.
trying to have it for the
Praise
people, but now that I see the people don't want to hear it, I'll I'll
you
reevaluate.
Yeah,
That segment.
praise God. But yeah, it's been a really great show, and I love your topics. You're doing really good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
We just need HNS to get that sound together. Praise God.
What's wrong with the sound?
I
Sometimes
thought maybe Speedy was back there playing around
sometimes
today.
if you pick the phone up, it interferes with the signal. So it'll sound weird. That's why I have to keep checking that.
Oh, okay. Okay,
All right,
we'll
that's
work
all
on
I
that.
have to say. Y'all have a great show, and I'm going to continue to listen.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Beware Shantae. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
They're killing this guy.
We're going to work it. We're going to work Shantae out.
I've met a few guys named Shantae, so that's not too funny.
Oh, another thing that so the Emmys were nominated or were announced today.
I forgot that was even a thing.
Right. I just feel like I'm just coasting in life. I don't even know days of the week. Sunrise and sunset and Tuesdays. Those are the only days I know. But so did anybody watch Lovecraft Country on HBO Max? It was kind of like I want to say, we got a caller. You join us.
Well, I'm gonna go a different route.
What's your route?
And my route is, like I mentioned before, you have platforms, different platforms that are out there where you can earn certain percentages per day, based on they're a little bit more risky, but I'm gonna go that route. And the thing is, look, I want to say this to everybody too. I know everybody, looks at crypto and they're like, oh man, but this is what I want to say. We have to start listening to different ways of making money. And I think that one big thing is a lot of people look at crypto, they don't understand it. And they're not excited about it because they don't understand it. Mm-hmm. But if you understand the potential and the type of money that you can make in it and how anybody can profit from crypto, anybody, it doesn't matter what your financial status is, you can turn it around with crypto. And I don't know about anybody else, but when I see a way that I can make money, that excites me, And so I think I see it happening all the time. You talk about crypto, you talk about how people can make money. And a bunch of people get turned off by it. And it's like, how the hell do you get turned off by making money? Because of a lack of knowledge.
See, and that's
So
okay. I feel like
think
that
you're
was the
doing a
whole
good-
sole purpose of this segment, was to try to kind of bring the knowledge to the forefront, and anybody who is interested, you know what I mean, they kind of get a crash course. But what I do
No,
want
I think
you to
you're
do,
doing it. When I'm saying all that to say, I think you're doing a good job, and I think that you're doing justice to bringing information to the community for people that don't know it and know about crypto, and showing that, you know, you're learning as you go along, but as you're learning, you're showing and teaching other people. I mean, and this is important, man. I mean, I've seen people and I've helped people be able to quit their jobs from getting involved in crypto and no longer having to work for somebody else. I mean, so it's really a life-changing thing. You know, some people it may take a little bit longer, some people it may not, but at the same time, I think that's one problem that we have as a people is when it comes to this type of stuff and we're trying to share with each other, a lot of times we don't want to hear about it. Oh, this nigga coming with that crypto shit again. I'm like, what the fuck? We're talking about money. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And that's the problem that I run across with trying to talk to people about it. I don't have to. I can just mind my business, make my money, do my thing, and I'm cool. But, you know, I feel like I have a responsibility to share with the community and let them know, hey, look, this is how you can make money. This is what this is about. You know, stop fucking around. I've even taken my own money and help people get started. That I knew that had the drive and the determination to do it. I've done that. You know, so, you know, people that didn't have it to get going, I had it to help them out. But I think that, you know, it gets a bad name because, again, people don't understand it.
So,
And,
do you have Instagram,
I just hate to
Al?
say it. Niggas, say again?
Do you have Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
All right, do me a favor. Send me a DM because I want to continue this conversation with you because I feel like you could provide a lot of structure that I'm lacking for this segment. So I want to work with you on it. So can you send me a DM and then we'll pick up the conversation and we'll go from there?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You know, but keep you doing your thing, Erin. Don't stop, man. Don't let these Negroes stop you from trying to help. You know what I'm saying? Do
I
your
just
thing,
want to.
baby.
I just don't want to be the only one with a couple dollars because when I go on vacation, who I'm gonna kick it with? You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm trying to say.
we all gotta
That's
have a
what I'm
couple
trying to
dollars so we
say.
all can hang out. Because I don't like paying for shit. Not even my own.
That's
shit.
what I'm trying to say, man. We gotta do what we gotta do. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we can try to help, but it's, you know, if niggas don't want to learn, niggas just don't want to learn. That's just how it is.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and we will touch base this week and work it out. Thank you so much, Elle. So, as I was saying before Elle called, the Emmy nominations were in this morning. So, apparently, earlier this year, I believe, there was a show called Lovecraft Country on HBO Max. And it was kind of like a psychological thriller. I don't know how you would describe it. I don't really watch it because I don't like movies like that. Apparently, let Netflix tell it. I'm trying to move weight because everything they suggest is some dope running shit to me. But maybe if I watch some more different shit, it would change my algorithm. But nonetheless, Lovecraft Country, I heard from a lot of people love this show. They loved the plots. They loved the storyline. They loved that it was a thriller, that it was like a psychological thriller, that it was kind of sci-fi. There was nothing but praises for Lovecraft Country. So you know what happens when the people like it? They cancel it. So they canceled Lovecraft Country, and people were up in fucking arms behind the cancellation of Lovecraft Country because they thought like it was such an incredible show. I didn't watch it because it was set in like the 50s and whatnot. I don't like watching old time pieces. I don't like watching period pieces that deal with like racism and slavery and stuff like that because I just walk away hating white people. And I just don't want that energy in my life. It's dead ass. I mean, I try not to. And it's like shit like this.
It's called a righteous.
Infuriates me.
It's called a righteous hatred.
Nonetheless, shit like that infuriates me. Watching stuff like that just infuriates me because it's like, we won't get into it. We won't digress. But nonetheless, HBO Max canceled it. But the Emmy said it was the shit, and it got nominated for 18 fucking Emmys.
And got canceled?
And it got canceled.
So listen, that should tell y'all that it's politics.
Right. See how it's like sci-fi kind of,
Anytime shit get canceled, y'all.
And everybody loved it. Like,
politics.
It was one of the #1 rated shows on HBO Max. everybody loved it, and they canceled it. But it got nominated today for 18 Emmys. So I think I might go through and just on the strength of the people, I might give it a watch.
Why they was hating?
Right, and then that was I like that Joni. That's Juicy's sister.
Yeah,
Remember Juicy?
Smollett.
Yeah,
That's
Juicy fought himself in Chicago.
That's Eve's Bayou. Nigga.
Yeah, that's Eve's Bayou. Right, she's always in something awesome. But yeah, so Juicy's sister, she held her own.
Juicy sister.
That's what Dave Chappelle called her, Juicy. He said Juicy. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Erin. This is Seymour calling again.
Hey, Seymour.
I also was kind of, slow to kind of get into Lovecraft Country. It was like a little bit above my head and everything, but I stuck with it. And it is almost like the History Channel, sci-fi and fantasy or something like that.
Yeah.
Had a baby and had this made this movie, and it's really, really good. Now I will say, because everything now has to have that homosexual twist to it. After one episode, it was a little bit too much for me. I almost said, you know what, I'm done. But I stuck with it because I like how they have the historical talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was really, really good. And I'm hoping that they actually can bring it back, maybe on another network or something like that. But
I did heard the creator was shopping it around.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I heard that Journey got her first Emmy nomination for it. She was brilliant. The casting was really good, but I just don't understand. I guess I should understand. They just have to weave homosexuality in everything now.
And I also feel like they talked too much about, like you said, they touched on the Tulsa, Oklahoma riots in this show. I remember that being a big thing for people. And I feel like that sometimes when you hold the mirror too close, they'll cancel your show,
Right,
and I kind of feel like
sundown towns, like each episode talked about things that happened historically to Black people, going into sundown towns and stuff like that. It was, the racism, Emmett Till. It covered a whole lot of historical stories about us here in this country. And I hope they can bring it back. And it's amazing how he was able to marry the sci-fi, the history, and all of that together.
That's what I heard people loved about it, was that it was historically accurate, that it had like a black sci, because you never really see all black sci-fi shows, and it was like a little fantasy with it. So people who like those type of genres, they really enjoyed this.
And a love story too. So yeah, it was all that was all in there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna check it out.
But
Just because you
again,
said, because I tried to watch it. That's the thing, is I tried to watch the first episode and I was like, where is this going? This shit is making hard lefts after hard lefts. So I never got back into it.
I don't like having to try to think wait, what is it? And I just stuck with it. And I'm like, okay, I like it. But yeah, it was a lot. And then I wanted to remind y'all again, please check out David Makes Man.
David Makes Man.
David Makes Man. It's on the On Network. If you could start with season 1, because they're in season 2 now.
I feel like
and it's
OWN
actually getting better too, because I've been struggling.
Well, maybe that's just me because I ain't got cable. OWN doesn't have an app for the Fire. That's my broke ass. They don't have an app for the Fire TV. I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in forever.
I don't have cable either. It's another site that I know that have certain shows uploaded.
Okay.
And I don't want to give that out because I don't want to get it shut down. But I thought Nick said he had some kind of site
like
too.
Hulu. Maybe I can find it on Hulu.
Shows. I haven't had cable since 2006.
If y'all need
I don't have cable either.
If y'all need the plug, Cash App $5 to $sign
Get
HNS.
that audio together, and maybe I will cash out $20.
$sign HNS 2K. Send it, and I'll send you the link. You can watch anything you want, movies, TV shows, anything. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
And Erin, you asked Shantae what the S&P, what that stood for. He never answered the question. It's Standards and Poor's.
Standards and Poor's?
Standard and Poor's. Yes, that's what it stands for. I don't know why he couldn't answer that. That was Googleable. He could have Googled that.
I don't think he heard this.
Mm-hmm. He heard him. He just changed the subject. That's all I wanted to share. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you so much.
Googleable.
I always say find out. I always say my favorite line is niggas lie about the most find-outable shit. Like, nigga, give me 3 minutes on Al Gore's internet, nigga, and I will bust your lie open.
I Google everything.
I Google everything.
Nigga say anything. Ain't no salt in there.
I don't believe nothing that comes out of anybody's mouth. Nigga. My daddy said trust but verify.
Facts.
So back on the Emmy nominations, we also got Pose, which is the show on FX, I believe, that is about like the the ballroom scene in the gay community, in the Black gay community, in the ballroom scene, and how that came about. I've watched a couple episodes of that. Well, when I was in college, I lived with a gay man named Tony Dixon. Shout out to Kiwi. I remember one day, right? So all his friends called him Kiwi, right? I called him Tony. And one day I asked him, I was like, why does everybody call you Kiwi? Like, what the fuck? I was trying to figure it out. Like, people's nicknames, sometimes you can figure out why. And this nigga said, because I'm black like kiwi shoe polish. I mean, he was black. He is black. I shouldn't say was. He's still alive. He is black. But he said that his friends call him Kiwi because he is black like kiwi shoe polish. And that is his name, Kiwi. So shout out to Kiwi.
How old was he when he got this name, though?
I don't know, because he was substantially older than me when we were living together. We both.
But that's an old-ass reference. So he probably got that as a kid.
He old. He's old.
That's what I'm saying. But kiwi, right? Like for anybody,
because who polishes shoes?
We just call it, nigga, the white polish, nigga. We don't even know the name of that shit. It's just white shoe polish, nigga.
Right.
So we never even grew up using the black one.
Right.
That was the dress shoe era, and niggas wore dress shoes every day. So
right.
That's an old nigga.
Yeah.
Kiwi.
But Tony was gay, and he was into the ballroom scene. And it was fun. It was fun living with Tony. It was fun living with Tony, with him and like his friends coming over. I remember we threw a Christmas party. Tony was like, "We're throwing a Christmas party," and we had like live painters and everything. I had fun living with Tony. That nigga taught me how to clean up. Shout out to Tony. No, because Tony would clean up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And Sunday and Monday are right next to each other. And when I say clean up, I'm not talking about straighten up.
Right.
He was full-fledged mop, bucket, like he gave me the trick of a burning Fabuloso on the stove while you clean up. Like the whole, Tony got it together. He showed me.
Shout out to Kiwi.
Right, shout out to Kiwi. Showed this fish how to clean. But so Pose was nominated. Bridgerton is nominated, and that was from Shonda Rhimes. We love our girl Shonda. She had Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, Grey's Anatomy. Then she took her talents over to Netflix because they tried to play her on the Disney passes. So she was like, I'm taking me and my creativity elsewhere. So apparently Bridgerton was a hit at the top of this year. I don't know. I'm real funny about the shit I watch. I don't like watching when people are speaking in Queen's English either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, thou art that, and like, no. I'm not there no more. But Tiffany watched it. My roommate watched it. She fucking loved it. It was a huge hit. So shout out to Shonda Rhimes. She keeps the heat coming. So Bridgerton, Blackish was nominated.
I've never seen any of this stuff.
I've seen it. My sister loves Blackish. I've seen a couple episodes of it. The first season was mad corny. I feel like I'm the type of person that if you can't catch me off if you can't like draw me in after the first 2 or 3 episodes, then I just don't go back to it. Because I mean, as much as I like watching TV, I also realize it's a waste of time.
Facts.
So like if I'm too far off in a season, like what was the one that Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah,
I couldn't watch it because by the time I got hooked on it, it was like on season 6 and every episode is an hour and it's like 12, 15 episodes. Like, bro, do you know how many hours of my life this is just to watch these medieval white people? Like, I got other things to do, even though I'm not doing them.
I just started watching The Sopranos. Nigga.
Me too. I'm on like season 1, like episode 4 or 5.
Okay, I'm on season 1, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
you count the
7,
blocks?
8, 9, 10, 8.
Yeah.
I have a photograph memory. It's creepy. I know.
Yeah. So
I'm on episode 8.
Just recently, probably a couple
Pussy
weeks
had
ago,
a heart attack.
I was looking for something to watch, and I was like, you know what? Let me watch The Sopranos. The Sopranos and Entourage. That used to be
Entourage.
Be my shit. I want to
see. I heard.
Remember they had a movie? I never saw the Entourage movie.
Too.
I never saw the movie, but I love the show.
I want to say Entourage was based on a real person.
Yeah, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. No. Mark Wahlberg. Yes, he's an executive producer. He said it's based on him.
I know what he said, right? But it was the idea was pitched before they launched that show. I'm trying to remember the original pitch of the idea. It wasn't Marky. It wasn't Wahlberg. I forget who it was. It was a black. It was. I know what he said, but they probably crafted most of the stories and shit based on what he was telling them. Like, but I'm saying the idea for the show. It was a black person, so I totally forgot who it was. But he got into some shit right before they did that. Entourage is a great show. One of the few shows that people hype up that
was
turns
worth
out to be good.
And it was a great cast before, like Turtle.
And they got better.
It did
I feel
get
like,
better.
but I feel like the actors got better. Like I feel like all those actors, as the season progressed, became better actors.
And I feel like Entourage was cool to watch because it was real time, like when they were shooting it. It wasn't past, it wasn't present, it was real time. And if you lived in LA, they were doing real LA shit. Real Melrose, Hollywood, West LA shit. So that was.
Have you seen Californication?
Oh, I love it.
See, Erin, that's why we homies. That's why we homies.
I love
That's
Californication.
one of my favorite
I fucked
shows.
around though and watched Californication. I was at my mom's house.
I'm about to go back and rewatch it.
And I was watching it, and she'll just come downstairs and just sit there to see what the. And
you can't do that. Yeah. That's listen, y'all. If y'all gonna watch this show, it's the one show
you can't watch with your
that
folks.
people can. You can, but you got to start from the beginning of the episode. They can't just walk in middle episode
because it's a lot of fucking, it's a lot of titties, it's a lot of sex.
It's very artistic how they do it's not like a porn, which is very interesting, like how they shoot it. It's basically a porno is what you're watching,
right, with dialogue in
it's
the
like
middle.
Listen, y'all, it's like a really good porno like show, but the way they wrote it, like I love the fact when the girl punched him. I thought that shit was incredible because that's like some real life shit that happened, and how they played it out. Like,
and I thought his baby mama or his wife was so beautiful. Wasn't with the long thick hair.
I love how he had a Porsche that was raggedy. Because it's like $100,000 car, but you got it like kind of bummy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I like Californication, but I remember I started watching it, and my mom came in, and they start every episode with a pair of tits, and she just was like, that was exactly what she said. She said, "Why are you down here watching this porno?"
I mean, it's basically a porno, y'all, but it has great dialogue.
Right, it got great scenes.
But it is.
The Californication is good. And This Is Us, which is one of my favorite shows.
This Is Us.
This Is Us. It is like, I fucking love that show. I got my dad hooked on that show before he passed away. He loved This Is Us. I got so many people hooked on This Is Us, but on HBO. I mean, on whatchamacallit?
What?
ABC? I don't know where it's at. Yeah, ABC. But it is awesome. The dialogue is great. The characters are great. Yeah, they're very multifaceted. They're very complex people.
What is it
real.
about? I've never even heard of this shit.
So the show opens up with the first episode is that. Okay, so the thing about This Is Us is they jump between present, past, and future.
Okay.
Right? So the show opens up with this young couple. She's pregnant with triplets. And she's about to give birth, right? So they wanted to do a natural birth, something or another. Long story short, she ended up losing one of the triplets while she was giving birth to him, right? So then there was another, scene where it's this black couple. This guy drops a baby off at the fire station. The fireman takes it to the hospital. So the dad of the original triple couple, the guy was in the police officer was telling him, yeah, like somebody dropped this baby off. He was born today, and we don't know. He just dropped him off the fire station. And he said, we came to this hospital to have 3 babies. We going home with 3 babies. We're going to adopt him. And he was black. The baby that they dropped off was black. They're a white couple. And they ended up adopting him. And it's just a great story of just like family and dynamic and adoption. And just, I feel like Kevin is annoying on the show, and so is his sister, but it's a great show. This Is Us.
The black dude?
Yeah, Randall.
He plays like a corny black. I love. He's that.
Right. He also played Chris Darden. Remember in The People versus OJ?
Yeah. That is him.
That's him.
That's why I'm recognizing the face. He's a beast.
So
shout out to that brother. He's a beast.
Yeah. So that was that. So
shout out to this white woman right here.
No, that's her mom. That's Mandy Moore. Remember the singer Mandy Moore? She plays the mom in the show, but they put prosthetics on her so she looks old. But she also plays the young mom. It's so cool. It's a really you're gonna cry every fucking episode. You're gonna cry, bro. Every episode you're gonna shed a tear. They it's all about the feels. So if you've never seen This Is Us, you won't be disappointed. I say start from season 1, episode 1. That's one of my favorite shows. This Is Us, Good Girls, Animal Kingdom. Have you ever watched Animal Kingdom?
No.
You're gonna love it. TNT. Watch Animal Kingdom. It's based off of this matriarch, and she,
I know what you're talking about.
right, and she got the 3 or 4 sons, and they just run jobs. They robbing and stealing all over the season. But it finally came back on Sunday, so that was good. I don't really have anything to watch. I feel like there's nothing to look forward to. I'm waiting on P-Valley, down in the valley where the girls get naked. When is that coming back?
Never seen P-Valley, but
come on, you're missing out. P-Valley's a good story.
I'm on The Sopranos right now. I'm probably
you can't watch more than one thing at once.
No, I don't. I cannot watch more.
Are you serious?
I cannot do it. I don't have. Listen, I gotta run a studio. I do shit after studio. I gotta do edits and shit. I be trying to read shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I try to get a scripture in every once in a while. So like you're right. So like committing to watching a entire
series
is a lot, nigga. Like especially like my thing. If it's past 6, my nigga, I'm not gonna start.
Not even.
I'm not even fucking with you, my nigga. I might watch the first one and just be like, all right, I'm only watching the first season, nigga. That's it.
Or I'll just do like an hour at night, like to put myself to bed. Like, okay, just 1 hour, I'm gonna watch.
Oh, okay. I did that with Law and Order. Like I just turned it on in the background.
But I just feel like it's gonna take you forever to get through something.
I made it through all the Law and Order SVU though. Season 22, nigga. I made it all the way through.
Oh, on another side note, I'm trying out a new foundation. I feel like it makes me kind of red. I feel like my undertones look red. Nick has not put me up on the screen this whole time, so I can't see what I look like.
What's it called?
It's by this oh no, it actually looks good.
Yeah, you popping today.
Yeah, okay.
You got your Thriller jacket on and shit.
Right.
You popping.
Because it's cold as shit in this
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
You're sitting right underneath the motherfucker.
Yeah, it's freezing in this.
So what's the name of this?
So it's my skincare. I use this brand called The Ordinary for all of my skincare.
It's called The Ordinary?
Yeah, The Ordinary. For all of my skincare. And I was re-upping on skincare the other day, like every couple of months. You know, I have to buy my SPF 100 because we trying to make sure my black don't crack, and my moisturizer, my hyaluronic acid, my squalene oil,
okay, so I have
my
a question.
toner. That whole line is amazing.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm really confused, and I'm not saying this like men
Okay.
men have good skin or anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really confused. My rib gets on me every day. I watch her morning routine. It's insane.
Right, and you just
wake up, scrub this, spray this, nigga. She leaning back,
right,
rose
and you wash
water
your
and
face
shit.
with the same towel he washes ass with.
Nigga, I'm in the shower. I got my loofah. I got a little towel. I take my towel, face, nigga, loofah the body, regular soap, nigga. I got regular body soap. I use my face, nigga. I don't have no face soap.
I only use I only use Dove on my body. Because I got a very...
Dove is good soap, though.
I got a very sensitive...
Dove is,
yeah, anytime I try to use anything other than Dove, I always get me a little mini yeasty. So,
okay, I don't know anything about that, but Dove in general is a good soap.
I only use Dove. Only.
It makes you feel good.
Only. And I use white bar Dove soap. Because I only bathe with exfoliating gloves. I don't use washcloths.
I love the gloves.
Bruh.
I don't use washcloths. Niggas, y'all better not be using
the only thing I use my washcloth with is to...
I use my face, nigga. I call it
I
face
think my face and maybe sometimes my ass if I'm about to sit on somebody's face. But
that's respectful.
You know what I mean? Make sure it's real. We'll get a deep cleaning.
You get a loofah though. You get that shit, you know.
But Alex, one year for Christmas, gave me like a bag full of just random shit, and it had the exfoliating gloves. I was probably like 15. I have never used a washcloth since. Like when I use washcloths, I don't feel clean. But yeah, that white bar soap and that Dove washcloth.
And you don't have to be rough with the gloves.
No,
like,
and then if you are a little rough with it, it feels like
good,
and then
it takes that extra layer of dead skin off, nigga. Every time.
My favorite part in the shower is washing like the dirt wash off of me. Like with the gloves, you can actually see the dirt leave. Or if you use like a scrub, you know, like that, the sugar scrubs.
Yeah, I got one.
And I'll use like the sugar scrub with the soap and it's so soft. And I actually tried a new lotion this week.
Yeah, fellas, get you an exfoliation glove, brothers. And you can go to if you're not sure about the process, go to 99. They sell them at the 99.
No. They all don't know. I've been using them for years. The best place to get them is Walmart because the roughness, the texture of them is all different. Some of them are super soft where it feels like you're rubbing a washcloth on you. Some of them are really rough but not thick enough, like you could see your hand through the glove.
Men, we don't give a fuck about that.
Oh no, I'm a glove.
Yeah, I know. You trying to you care about how I feel. Listen, niggas, you trying to get clean, nigga. Be resourceful.
It's funny because I had one time. This guy was at my house and he had took a shower and then he had like wiped his body because I only have white towels. So he had like, I only got white towels. So he had like wiped his body with something and that shit, like dirt came off on it. I was like, nigga, you are still dirty. So I bought him a pair of gloves and he called me like not too long ago to tell me, he's like, do you know what? I done turned so many people onto them gloves. He said, I don't bathe without my fucking gloves. So that's that. That's a mundane thing. And then I'm trying a new lotion. Because I just felt like my lotion wasn't giving me no sheen. I'm out here in this summer with this bronze fucking skin.
Hold on, Aaron. Let me show the people the gloves, okay? So which gloves
I used...
Do you have the mitt?
No, I use the actual gloves.
So Aaron,
any of those.
She used the actual. See, these are the ones that typically you'll find at like a 99-cent store.
They don't sell them at the 99-cent store.
Yeah, I get.
What 99-cent store?
The one right here, right down the street from here.
With
off of Canoga Park. In Van On. I mean, off Van On and it's DeSoto.
Okay.
It's like a little shower kit bag they have, and it has like a
Yeah,
loofah.
they're the best.
It has the gloves in there, and it has like the towel one, the towel
For your
one.
back.
Right.
That's what I need. You know, somebody needs to come up with somebody who could put lotion on your upper back if you're single. Because I feel like the rest of my body be moisturized down, and I feel like my back is ashy, like my top half of my back, because there's nobody to put lotion on my back.
This looks like a lot better material
Then what?
the one that I just showed. The 99-cent store ones, they're pretty rough. You know what I'm saying? But I like the roughness.
I like them rough.
Right, I like the roughness.
Yeah,
so
I
I
like
don't know
them
if
rough.
that's the thing. You said you get yours from Walmart, though, right?
Walmart. The ones at Target are too soft.
I hate Target.
I just made a Target order just for like, I needed soap, I needed lotion, I needed witch hazel, a whole bunch of
So
dumb
you going
shit.
with like these?
See, I don't like those are cool, but I feel like those are still too soft. Those are a
That's
little,
what I was going to say. This
those
looks
are a little too
like,
thick and a little
okay.
too soft. The ones you showed me, though, the first picture, those regular like teal ones,
Right.
those are the best ones.
Like the regular smagglers.
Those right there, right there.
Hey, look, Aaron suggest. Look, if you didn't get your body clean.
Get it. And then if like for women, like if you use the gloves, then you shave, and then you go back with the glove and a body scrub,
Yeah,
and then you
gonna be
come out
soft
with
as
a
Dr.
good
Scott.
lotion.
You gonna be soft.
Yeah.
You gonna be butter soft, ladies.
Yeah, so I just bought some Eucerin because I've been trying all different types of lotions.
Eucerin, what the hell is that?
Eucerin is a good lotion. It's for people who have eczema, but I felt like my lotion wasn't.
How you spell Eucerin? That's
EURC, something like that. It just didn't have no sheen to it. So I finally bought this thick ass fucking lotion, and I got so many compliments on my. I went to an all white party on Saturday, and I got so many compliments on my Just do Eucerin lotion.
How do you spell Eucerin?
EURCHI. Right there, first one, right there.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying. I was off.
That.
Okay, I've seen this before.
So I just got a bottle of that. That shit is thick. It's like rubbing
Yeah,
fucking
this shit like
paste.
it's like mayonnaise, nigga.
Yeah, it's like rubbing paste on your body, but you will glow.
It's better than the cocoa butter that comes
way
in the jar.
better. I don't really like the smell of cocoa butter, so it's like it's cool, but after a while, the smell of it turns me off. But that Eucerin, I put that on and I wore it to a party, and I had several people ask me what I used on my body because my shit was glowing.
Oh, wow,
but it was the one with the pump for the.
Now, was it expensive?
Hell yeah, that shit was like $12. That bottle right there, $12 fucking dollars.
So this is 16 full ounces.
$12. That's the only reason I never use Eucerin, because Tiffany uses Eucerin, but she has eczema, so she's always using it. And every time I go to buy it, I'm like, who the fuck is spending $12? But then I'm like, Erin, you smoke $12 on a regular basis.
Right.
I always price everything in terms of weed and food. Yeah. Like if I want to buy something, I'm like, this is too expensive. I'm like, bitch, this is an eighth. Go ahead and get it. You can go buy an eighth without thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Smoke that whole fucking
$40
up.
Like I bought some shorts over the weekend, and Alex is cheap, like my sister. So if you want to save money, make sure like if you ever want to go shopping and don't want to buy anything other than what you said, take Alex. Like you'll be like, oh, this is cute, and she'll be like, oh, that's cute, but how much is it? You'll be like $40. She'll be like, it ain't $40 cute, you know? She cheap as fuck. So I bought these shorts over the weekend, and they were $45, right? And all I kept thinking about was Alex when I bought a pair of shorts last summer for like $38, and she kept calling them my high dollar shorts. I was like, Alex, the shorts was $38. She's like, yeah, but that's a lot. But so I was gonna return the shorts, but then I was like, girl, this is like an eighth, and you buy an eighth on a regular basis. Keep the fucking shorts. Because that's my problem. I buy shit and return it, buy it and return it. Because
I used to hustle not H&M. What's the other one?
Zara
like that. I used to hustle Zara like that.
Well, no, I'm not wearing it and returning it. It's just, I don't know, because nobody's dressing rooms are open yet, and based off of like my measurements, it says that I'm a size 16. Clearly, I'm not. You know what I mean? So I can never get it right. And then I got like more midsection than anything else, and I don't know. I'm thinking I just have to embrace my little chub because it ain't going nowhere. This bitch is like, we hanging out. Like you might as well become friends. But I know the men's like it. They like somebody a little thick with it. So
men do not.
They don't care.
Listen, ladies. I had this conversation with my sister last night. She went to the club out here. She's from North Carolina.
On a Monday night?
So I don't know if she went the other day. I talked to her the other day.
Okay.
But she went to the club and she had a nervous breakdown because her man
at the club.
Right, her man's supposed to be moving out here, and she was just a little overwhelmed by all the bodies at the club. She's seen all these bad bitches.
Okay.
And she was drinking a little bit, so it got the best of it. She was thinking like, damn, like, my man's gonna be coming out here. This is a lot of pressure for a man. Just overthinking.
How is she built? Is she like North Carolina built?
I've never been to North Carolina. So she's on the thicker side.
Okay.
She has large up. You know,
She has
chest.
like a southern build.
I don't know. Like I don't.
Nigga, you left California before, right?
Yeah, but like Texas, but I be at
Like
never.
never?
I be at events though when I leave, so I don't go to like you know what I mean. I don't have a good reference point. You know
He
what I
don't
mean?
hang out with the
And
common
the
folks.
people who come to California from those places tend to blend in with the California vibe. So I don't really have a good measurement.
Okay.
But
So
she's
she
a
saw
real
all the
wholesome.
baddies.
She's a real wholesome. You know, she
Mhm.
covered up and shit. So she looking at all these. It's just like, God damn, nigga, like it's ass and titties everywhere. You know. And I had to explain. I said, listen, don't get caught up in thinking that's what men want, because we want all of it. We don't have no preference, nigga. Like, we like ass on Wednesday. We like titty on Tuesday, nigga. We like abs on Thursday.
Right.
We
Nice
like
feet on Friday.
a long neck on a Wednesday. Nigga, it doesn't matter. Like, I know a nigga for every body type you can imagine.
So why you ain't running my way? Who like them short, thick, with mouth?
That's your body type?
No, I'm just joking.
Like, Erin, you're not that short.
And you're not that thick.
Yeah. But, like, I think that women worry way too much about, you know, their appearance and all that kind of stuff instead of just worrying about their character.
Right.
Because that'll keep a man versus what they look like. You know, you could be the bad, like, Beyonce got cheated on, nigga, so. Money and looks ain't gonna save you, nigga. If that's what you're banking on, that's not gonna keep a nigga.
But I also feel like monogamy is a social construct. I feel like
you do feel this way.
right. I do feel like monogamy is a social construct. No, this is how I feel. I feel like commitment and monogamy are not mutually exclusive, right?
Okay.
I can be committed, like I could be committed to Nick, and me and Nick are gonna ride life out together, and everything we're hustling for is for the greater good. We're gonna have kids. We're gonna have a family.
But
we are committed. But just because I'm committed with you doesn't mean that I have to be monogamous with you. Sometimes I might just want to have sex with somebody else, or I might just want to hang out with somebody else. But that takes nothing away from the commitment that I have with you. And I say that to say, I feel like monogamy is not innate in us. It's not something that we wake up and with we don't have to think about. I feel like monogamy is an agreement that you have with your partner that I'm going to rock with you, you're going to rock with me, and there's going to be no outside influence. And then every day you wake up and you make a conscious decision to uphold that agreement, right? But just naturally, we're not monogamous people.
I agree. But I think the reason behind it, right? So I think that if you're thinking about monogamy in the sense of I belong to this person, that shit's delusional.
What does that mean?
What? YouTube has received an infinite. Oh, that's just the streaming.
Oh.
It has to buffer. But I think that in the sake of being monogamous in a relationship, I would say that's important just for disease sake.
Well, yeah.
Right, for that sake, right?
But some couples aren't monogamous. Some people are swingers. Like look at your cousin Owen.
Right. That's why I wouldn't do it in that context, because the disease factor, right? Like, because I'm trying to build a progressive family, right?
Right.
But I don't think it's, like you said, emotionally, I think it's a little delusional to think that one person just only is attracted to one person, or only always wants to be with this one person. I have thoughts.
Right. That's like
it's a good thought to receive, like to be
but
thinking
I feel like
this
that's
person.
why so many relationships don't work, because people
Right.
keep holding on to this ideal of monogamy, and it's like, yo, life is okay. I have a friend who has been with their significant other for 25 years, right? And recently, you know, they're having a little issues in their relationship, and I was trying to share with him that instead of looking at it as a failure or something that went wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it like you guys had a great fucking run. You know what I mean? Like, instead of looking like, damn, this relationship didn't work out, look at it like, yo, this person was in my life for 12 fucking years. That men have to actually be liked.
Hilarious.
And not needed. You know, back in the day, it didn't matter if you like this nigga or not. I need him because I can't go get my own apartment. I need him because I can't get a bank account. I need him because I need him to take care of these kids. So men could show up in any shape or form, and somebody was still going to accept them because they were needed. Nowadays, I feel like men aren't needed, and now they have to actually work on their personality and for us to like them. And, you know, there's an issue with that there.
I think that
and then also, side note, they keep talking about all these relationships that you know, all these marriages that last 50 years. But what you guys don't understand is your grandma pulled your sister to the side and told her don't do that dumb shit. Like, so you all keep saying we want marriages like our grandparents. I feel you on that, but my granny pulled me to the side and was like, don't be doing this dumb shit. What a lot of grandmothers have done. So it's like, you say that these women aren't the same, but these same women that you're idolizing in these 50-year marriages are the same women who are pulling the new generation to the side and running game with them. Like, that shit flew because that's all I had back then. But you got different choices now.
But I think the concept that we have of relationships and
right. I always tell guys, it's my responsibility to fill my cup up to the rim. Mm-hmm. That's my responsibility, right? You're responsible for making it run over. So if you aren't there, I'm still not lacking because my cup is still full. You know what I mean? You were just supposed to come in and add a little razzle dazzle to that shit.
But why do I have to add?
Nigga, because if you put anything in a full cup, it's gonna go over.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's why I feel like this. Like my job, right, is like I never look at a woman like she got to add to me.
But when I say add, I mean your presence. Just your whole presence and energy is in addition to, it should be in addition to whatever situation. Like I know where I go, my energy and my presence is in addition to whatever situation I'm in, whether it's platonic, romantic, or whatever.
Right, but that's how I look at it, right? Like I want to be the one to increase the value over here. I'm not looking at the other person to bring value at any time.
Right.
Right. I'm going to bring the value.
But if you feel like you bring the value, right, and I'm looking for you to make my cup runneth over, then we're talking the same thing. No, we're talking the same thing.
But I'm gonna tell you why I'm in trouble.
How?
Because now I'm doing both jobs.
No, you're not.
Hold on, Aaron. I'm telling you, this is how I've learned to operate relationships. So when I'm with somebody, right, I'd rather it goes both ways, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm coming to the situation saying, you know what, I'm trying to bring in the best that I can.
Right.
And if that's your attitude, we good. But if you, I'm not saying you, but if I've dealt with scenarios where I have that attitude and that person is also looking for me to make their day. Or they come run it over, right?
But when I say
and now it becomes a job for me.
But when I say that, I say it as that is my responsibility as well. When I say it's your responsibility to make my cup runneth over, I'm not saying you as a man. I'm meaning you as the significant other, the partner, whomever. Like I expect for me when I show up, your cup to be full as well. And my presence makes it run over. You know what I mean? But if my presence wasn't there, you're not lacking anything because your cup, you still filled up your own cup. You are responsible. Ultimately, it's just saying you're responsible for your own happiness.
But why not you? Not saying you personally, but you as the other person pour into my cup.
I am. That's what you think makes it run over.
No. But look at the perspective, right? Which is if I'm the person going, you know what? When I get around this person, I'm trying to pour into them, right?
You're looking at it wrong.
No,
or maybe we're looking at it two different ways.
Exactly. That's my point. We're saying the same thing. We just have two different perspectives, right?
Right.
Where I'm looking at it as, I don't necessarily I don't have any expectation of the person pouring into me, even though my cup is, even though I'm content, I'm good.
Right.
I don't need you to add shit. In fact, when somebody's around me, I'm trying to add to you, right?
Right.
Because that's what I want reciprocated. I don't want to be around somebody that wants me to add to them in a relationship. Because
I get it, but I think what you're thinking is that I'm saying it from the stance of your presence is an addition.
Gotcha.
If you don't do nothing but come and sit on this couch and watch TV with me, your presence is an addition. So you just being present in my life makes my cup runneth over, not any specific task that you're doing. If you're with,
but what happens, right, when I come over and I'm having a bad day, right? So now I'm not adding to your cup,
right? But but it's vice versa. So when I'm saying you add, it goes both ways. Okay. I add to your cup.
No.
If you're,
but what if I'm now taking out of you? So what if I have
you're
a bad
not
day?
taking out of my cup?
So what if I have a bad day, right? So normally I come over to your place, we kick it, and it's always better than it was, right? So now let's say this happens and I come over and I'm just in a funk now.
Okay.
So now it's a little draining.
It's not draining. Okay. Because so if you're thinking about a cup, right? And a saucer. Right? If you're constantly coming over and you're constantly making my cup pour over. I have all this fucking reserve down here at the bottom for you. So you might come in with a funk one day, which is fine. Okay. But I have so much reserve on my saucer that even if I have to dish it out and give it to you, we're still good. You know what I mean?
Okay. I can see that stocking up some values. And
caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
What happened to the live? The conversation was getting good and it just went off the air.
We still up. I'm looking at it right now, Seymour.
Yeah, the show just stopped on my end from YouTube, but this is a great discussion because I knew Aaron was going to bring it, but I missed like the last maybe 2 to 3 minutes, so I called in because I thought y'all were off the air.
Yeah, it's recorded too, so if you ever lose the connection, I do record the show, so you guys always have the full episodes.
So, but Nick, I didn't get a chance to hear, but when she talked about the monogamy, I heard you almost said something and you stopped yourself. See, I understand that you don't believe that it's natural for men to be monogamous, but you expect your women just to be.
I don't. That's.
But when you say health, But if you're sleeping with different women, don't you understand that you sleeping with different women can throw off a woman's pH?
Yeah, but we're talking about your pH balance, nigga. We're not talking about
Nigga, you
a disease.
don't say that,
But
nigga.
that's what
You
I'm
ain't
talking
no,
about.
you ain't
You're
got no
saying
pH
from
to
a
throw
health.
off.
You're saying from a health standpoint, you would want a woman that's sleeping around.
But
But what I'm saying is, you sleeping around with different women, you could be the one throwing off the women's pH.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, so say if I have, let's say, 2 women, right?
Mm-hmm.
These 2 women are not sleeping with anyone else but me.
Right.
I'm only sleeping with these 2 women.
Okay.
This is as far as our.
But it don't matter. Her pH can still throw me off.
I understand that. I wasn't talking about pH balances.
You were talking about health.
I'm talking
But
about
how is that not
sexually
about health?
transmitted diseases.
But no. I get you're talking about
I
sexually
get what you
transmitted.
guys are talking about.
Because that's the only thing that affects you is sexually transmitted diseases. But pH affects us as well. That's still sexual
Erin,
health.
She asked me a question. I'm not a woman, so I'm not going to talk about pH balance. I'm talking about shit that affects men.
Okay.
So I'm talking about sexually transmitted diseases, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not talking about your personal pH balance.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about sexually transmitted diseases, passing AIDS, that kind of shit.
Okay.
Sleeping with another man's woman, having a nigga come shoot your house up. The goofy shit that causes death is what I'm concerned about.
Okay.
So to prevent that, to prevent baby mamas, this seems like the logical, proper way to go about it. I don't want another nigga dick around my pussy.
No swinging dicks.
That's for me, that's effeminate. Now niggas can feel how they feel. For me, that's a little on the gay side. I don't do that. I don't want no dick in my presence, nigga. Around my women, none of that shit. So that's just how we keep it. That's how I feel.
About your women's pH balance being thrown off.
I don't have a pH balance.
That's not a concern of yours.
That's
But
not my vibe.
but you don't have it.
That's
but
like
you
you worrying about your gas, my nigga. That's not me.
These are
Did
two,
you move?
Nick,
Because I can't hear you, Nick.
Oh, I'm back here.
I was gonna say those are two totally different scenarios because
I understand y'all perspective as women. Yeah, that's something y'all
right
have to
because
deal
you're
with.
saying
I got it.
it doesn't bother you, but it does bother you if
I
our
say
shit
it
is
doesn't bother me.
is right. If our shit is on 10.
Right.
Right, and we got this lumpy waterfall coming up out of it. You know what I mean? That affects you. If you're my significant other and we live together.
Listen, I don't want to. To my knowledge, I've never had this issue.
What, a yeast infection?
Correct. I've never received
Or
one
bacteria
from a woman.
vaginosis.
Right.
That's
Right.
also something that happens with the pH being thrown off.
Right. That part. That's
It
so
causes-
fucking worse.
Causes the fishy smell. And some men that talk, oh, her coochie stink, don't realize it's your dick
It's
that
really
got her
y'all's
coochie
dick. Y'all
thrown
fucking
off.
Cheeto eating,
Because your
no
dick
water
is for the
drinking.
street.
Right. So, but
You're out here slanging teen left and right.
But that's why it's important, right, for everybody to be in that small circle and not for the circle to exceed that. If I'm
it's
dealing
not
with,
a small circle. You the only one with a circle, nigga. I'm in the corner in the square.
No,
How you got
no.
options, not me? How's it a circle?
Listen, and it's the thing. Some women don't want to fuck a lot of dudes. Don't want those. See,
We didn't say a lot, but one other option would be
not-
cool.
To me, that's gay. For a man, I'm not concerned with the woman's thoughts. If a woman feels that way, that's fine. I'm just not gonna deal with a woman who want niggas to share dick space.
We're not sharing dicks.
I'm not sharing dick space. That's gay.
But we sharing dick though.
I'm
but
not
I gotta share
sharing
dick.
space. I'm
But you're not sharing dick space
with another man. I'm not.
But I'm sharing dick.
That's not my problem. So
How is that not your problem?
I'm not you.
You the one with the community
You
dick.
keep trying to push your issues over here.
Nigga, you're the one with community dick.
I don't have community dick. It's me and another person.
And you said, and if there's a third.
There's no, Erin. See, this is what y'all problem is. This is your problem.
No, you said this.
This is why
this
y'all.
is your scenario.
This is why y'all can't grasp it, right?
Right.
It's because y'all, not saying you personally, but most people are thinking about this in a worldly sense, thinking if I sleep with this person has 2 extra partners.
No, that's not how I'm
not
thinking.
saying, I said not you, but most people think in a worldly sense, thinking it's not going to stop just because if I'm sleeping with this person, that person may sleep with somebody. And then it keeps spreading. Mm-hmm. That's not the concept I'm wrapping around.
Right.
So let's say I'm committed to one person. That person does not have any other sexual partners. Let's say they're a virgin when I met them, nigga.
Gotcha.
Never fucked anybody else.
Boo.
Right. That'll be a blessing. and then the Lord bless me again, I meet another virgin. So now I got two virgin pussies that's only had me up in them.
Nigga, this shit is so fucking problematic.
There's no. I understand why women don't want this to happen, but I would just encourage you to get with a good man. You understand that?
Point them out.
I'm right here. I could take on 5 ribs. So find you a good man who actually likes you as a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's not just interested in fucking you and for you to be a slave, right?
Right.
Who actually likes you just to kick it.
Right.
People are always amazed when I say shit about my wife, and they be like, I would never. And I'm like, no. See, we actually kick it.
Right.
We actually enjoy each other's company. I love her family. She loves my family. So I would just encourage people to find somebody on that level first and then work on the sex. Then add those other
work
things,
on the sex?
Because all my life, I did it the other way, right?
Me
It was
too.
the looks, the sex, and all. But then the other shit. So when I did it the other way around, and I focused and said, let me make sure I get along with this person, right? Let me make sure that when we argue, it ain't fucking just drama. Because some people, it just fireworks, nigga.
Right.
And some people you can talk through shit with.
Right.
I walked all that shit down, and then we took those next steps, right? So now we don't have those conflicts that we could have dealt with a long time ago. She know I'm on her team. So if I say anything to her that she takes out of context, she'd be like, I probably took that wrong because I know he's on my team.
Yeah, I feel like you missed the exit, like a couple exits back.
No, Aaron.
Because
no. If you base the relationship on that, you don't worry about outside influences.
I get that.
If I have two women, I don't have to worry about them fucking other men. I don't have to worry about extra diseases coming in. I ain't got shit.
You don't.
Let's get her tested. So what if I get you tested, right?
But you're missing missing
you-
my fucking point.
What's your
That's
point?
the
You
whole
selfish.
point.
That's your
I'm not.
point.
No, you're arguing a whole point. We're not even.
Because you selfish.
No, my point is that you have a circle, nigga. You got two bitches. I got one nigga.
But
I
I'm
ain't
not
got
you.
I don't have no circle.
I'm not. You don't have no dick either. That's not my problem, my nigga.
What do you mean?
You don't have a dick. You don't get to rule the world. I got
But
the, I got
that's
the
my whole
staff.
point. You don't get to rule that shit either. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
And put her in her place, goddammit.
This nigga is.
Hey y'all, it's Nakia from
Hey,
the day.
Nakia.
Oh, you know she gonna be on your team. Go ahead, Nakia.
So I have to tell you this, Nick. I understand your whole analogy of saying about how you get two versions and blah blah blah, blah. But I'm bringing it back. Even if they two versions, they still got two different fucking pHs.
I don't give a fuck about your pH balance.
How do you? But that's my thing. How do you have two women that don't?
I don't give a fuck
You
about
are
your pH
spreading.
balance.
You are spreading a yeast
I
infection.
don't give a fuck about your
I'm just
pH
being
balance.
That's so fucking. You talk about selfish,
I don't give a
nigga.
fuck about
How
your
the
pH
fuck you
balance.
sit up there with two whole women talking about you don't care about their pH?
You say you don't give a fuck
All right, then
about
let me
the
put this
pH balance,
stinking ass
but
pussy
you
in your
don't
face
want to be
then.
able to fuck because they have a yeast infection.
Listen, I've never been.
Yes, when our
In life,
pH balance
nigga,
is
yes
off,
you
we
have.
get yeast infections.
Y'all
and
niggas
it's
think that
itchy
should be
and
creaming.
it's
It'd
not
be a little
fucking
leftover
hot.
yeasty.
I don't play that.
It'd be left. Niggas be like, ooh, she creaming. No,
Listen,
nigga, that's yeasty.
I know.
That's
That's
yeasty.
yeast.
Right. And listen, I'm a squirmish nigga. I takes no risk, nigga. Any smell, any side of thing. If a hair bump too big, my nigga, I'm out. I've always been.
Okay.
That's why I ain't got no kids. I've
You're
always
the one
been this
spreading
nigga.
it because you're
No.
fucking this one,
This is what
and then you go fuck the next one. Even though they're two versions, you're spreading their pHs.
Listen,
So
I
one
don't fuck
may
women with
be a
yeast
little bit more
infections.
acidic than the other. The other one may be a little
You
more
don't
faster than the
get-
other, but
Nick,
you're
you
throwing
sound
off
just.
their
I
pH.
think we should, Nick. I think
No,
we.
y'all just don't want to deal with the reality.
It's how the fuck. This is what I don't understand. How the fuck you gonna tell
Both of
two
y'all
women
yelling
that?
at
Because
me.
you sit up there on the phone with two fucking
didn't even
women
finish what I
talking
was
about.
saying.
Because nigga, it was about to be fucking erroneous, is whatever you was gonna say. How dare you sit on the phone with two women, right? And say one, you don't give a fuck about pHs, but you talking about
Let me
having two
tell you,
bitches,
Nick,
and
I've
then two, you gonna
experienced
say
this.
you ain't
The
never
only
fucked a
reason
woman
why
on
I'm
a
so
who
emphatic
had
about
a
this
yeast
is 'cause
infection.
I've
That's a
experienced
fucking
it,
lie.
and I've had to deal with it with my
Nigga.
ex who had
Nigga.
multiple women.
So hold on.
I never heard. I didn't get STD or anything from him,
Nakia, hold on.
but I did get fucking yeast infections and then vaginal vaginosis.
Right. And BV is not considered an STD. Technically, BV is not considered an STD.
I know
But only
something-
dirty dick niggas give it to you.
I noticed something interesting, right?
Exactly, because it's actually just being because the bacteria that he's presenting to you is not the good bacteria that's already in your vagina.
Okay, but listen, y'all experiences is not everyone's experience, okay? So I can only vouch for my dick and my experience. So unfortunately,
Every woman has had a yeast
let
infection.
me finish talking. For
Every-
one. Let me finish.
everyone
let
has
me,
had a yeast
Nakia,
infection.
Let me
That's
finish.
just
for
what
one.
it is.
Let me finish. That's why I don't give a fuck about it. So if every woman that's had a yeast infection, I'm not gonna spend my days worrying about what's going on with y'all pussy. That's some shit that y'all gotta figure out.
That
Period.
sounds
Well, you know
fucked
what?
up,
When you
Nick.
don't worry about what's going on with our pussy,
Period.
then you don't get pussy because we ain't
that's
trying
the
to give you no
difference.
pussy when our shit's
That's-
not right.
That's the difference. I gets the pussy. What I'm saying is this: I don't have that problem. I turn down more pussy than niggas ever given offered, and that's a fact. That's an actual fact, okay? So what I'm saying is this: I don't have to go for desperate pussy. I've never fucked a yeast-infected pussy in my life, to my knowledge.
To my knowledge.
I can only speak on that.
And that's what
To
I'm
your
saying.
knowledge.
Can't see- Okay,
That's
so
all
let me-
I needed at the
and
end.
hold on, I've only fucked 2 women without a condom
In life?
in life, and one of them I'm married to. In life, nigga. So this is a nigga who's speaking from. Listen, I don't play those games. So my deal with women may be different from other niggas. Other niggas may just want pussy so bad they don't care. I'm not that nigga. So I'm gonna vet the woman. I'm gonna vet the pussy. I may require you to bring some motherfucking. Now I'm married.
How long you been married?
Hold on, I'm 2.5 years. I'm married. So if I meet any other woman they want to be in this, I need paperwork, bitch. Bring your STD paperwork to the table, bitch. Because we ain't got shit on this side. we clean as a whistle over here, bitch. So if you want to participate, I need your track records, nigga. I need your coochie report on the table. Because you're not bringing no extra shit in my house. And that's how strategic we have to be as people.
So you expect a woman to have a vag fax?
100%.
A vag fax?
I'm coining that, Nakia.
For the vagina.
I'm coining that, Nakia. Vag fax is up, nigga. Send me your vag fax if you want to be on the team, because you shouldn't bring that shit into a good space, and I'm in a good space.
No, I agree. I think what it is
don't bring no yeasty coochies, lady.
It just seems like you don't have the ability to think outside your current situation.
No,
like,
no, I do. I just can't control it. That's why when I say I didn't give a fuck about y'all having yeast infections, right? In this sense, right? I understand what you're saying. You can't control it because you the one spreading dick to dick.
Thank you.
Man, right?
So that should be a period.
But no, you're right. But it's not like I have the yeast infection, right? I'm getting it.
Men can get yeast infections.
Okay, well,
men get yeast
yes,
infections.
Men get
yeast
infections. When your balls is itching like real bad, nigga, that's a yeast infection.
Well, it's called jock itch.
Yeah.
I've never
that's
had jock
a yeast
itch.
infection.
I didn't know that. I've never had jock itch. Okay, but let's say.
See how knowledgeable women are? Keep going.
I've never had it, but so let's say the man gets it from the woman, right? Right, so this woman has a yeast infection. This is how I assume it was spread. I've never had jock itch, right?
Okay.
So I'm saying if the woman don't have a yeast infection, I ain't got jock itch. This woman ain't got a yeast infection.
Right. Because it's her pH. Her pH in her body is not the same pH in my pussy. Do you not get that?
So just so you know, even women that don't have sex get vaginal yeast infection. The reason a yeast infection basically is just that because women already have bacteria and yeast in their vagina. All a yeast infection is the overgrowth of the yeast, meaning that the good bacteria was not enough to prevent the yeast from overgrowing.
So Nakia, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If this can happen regardless if we fucking or not, why the fuck am I worried about it?
Because you still need to be worried about it. Because let me tell you, when you're dealing with a woman and she has a yeast infection, we are irritable because we're itching and we can't scratch that shit, and it's dry, and we're not happy.
Then we not having sex. I'm gonna go with the other wife and do my thing, nigga.
Like
and you handle your yeasty, nigga. That's not
he
my.
Said your yeasty.
I ain't got no yeasty. You and your yeasty ass go up in the kitchen, nigga, make some bread, nigga, and get the fuck up out of here.
On that
Take
note,
your sourdough ass nuts.
We gonna wrap this shit up.
Thank you, Nikki. That was a
Thank
great
you
phone
so
call.
much.
You get good phone. You get way better phone calls.
No, because I told myself when I was gonna do my podcast that I was not gonna talk about relationships because I feel like my viewpoint is very unorthodox, and I can argue until I'm blue in the face about it because I wasn't raised. My mother didn't raise me like. And when I say this, it's gonna come out fucked up, but it's not how I mean it. When I say like when I say she didn't raise me to be like a lady, she didn't raise me to have emphasis on my self-worth is directly correlated to who I'm in a relationship with or who I am, you know, and I feel like a lot of people don't know who they are outside of a relationship. And I feel like my viewpoint is very masculine and unorthodox, so I just don't like talking about it. And then also this is going to be rude. What an old Bible beating ass nigga, because he ain't going to see my point of view. No way.
Facts.
So.
That's a very, Aaron, and I agree with you 100%.
So.
I'm a Bible beating ass nigga, so a lot of times my perception is skewed, you know, because I just digest things differently.
Right.
But that's why I'm open to being that people ain't gonna see it the way I see it. I am 100% understanding about that.
But with that being said,
your yeast is your yeast.
Right. I'm gonna have Nick take his yeasty ass home.
Badge facts.
Badge facts. But I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to the Styles Report with Erin Styles.
Y'all's favorite show on the Rollout Digital.
Right. That warmed my heart when you guys, and I was actually here when people called and said it was their favorite show. So that made me feel like, okay, I need to like step my shit up because I appreciated that. That really brought joy to my heart. But thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week. We'll be back with Shantae and Ale. We're gonna incorporate him because he think
yes, L.
Yeah, we're gonna make some
money.
money.
Too much shit. Yeah, L, we need you to step up for the community.
Yeah, I need it because I realized a long time ago, like my soul was not put on this earth to be an employee, and that's probably why I can't keep a job because God is like, look, bitch, I'm trying to tell you. Go do your own shit, you know?
And real quick, while everybody's listening, because it's on the open platform, for one, subscribe to the Patreon page. Okay. But I wanted to know, with all of our fans, we got over 4,000 fans on there that usually watch the shows. So would you guys be up to giving $1 say that L just hypothetical, but say somebody like L give $1 and we all invest as a group.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I think we should.
Because L says he does this for people. He gives his own money just to help
What do
people
we
out.
do, like a rollout fund?
So we do like a rollout fund, y'all. Everybody just put in $1. So everybody has the same equal amount of investment,
And then
equal amount of risk.
And then we all split it up at the end?
And we go a year from now, and a year from now we cash out, nigga.
I'm down.
And we take that money and we all meet up somewhere and
I
party.
actually
nigga.
have I actually own a business, have a domain and all of that. But we'll talk about it online. That whole name
L,
of it.
L, what do you think, man?
L gotta have to do it. He said he trying to teach the people. We trying to eat.
Yeah, but listen.
And I'm trying to live a life of leisure.
And my thing is this: I'm not trying to eat. I'm trying to feed the people. So I love Erin, how she trying to feed the people this knowledge. You understand? She's taking on the journey. So I feel like if I figure out a way to eat, I want to spread that shit, and we all can get some,
We all can make it. But once again, it's been real. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I will definitely be back next Tuesday. We're going to start it. The fun is going to kick off next Tuesday. I got $500 hot dollars.
Hey.
$500 hot dollars that we're going to play with. My mom called me afterwards and said she wanted to do it, and my sister. So we got $1,500 hot dollars. But everybody going to manage their own money.
Okay.
Right.
All right, let's get a rollout fund. We get L and we get Shantae to be our advisors.
Right, to be our advisors, and we're
we all
gonna
make some
see
money.
collectively what we can do. But once again, if you guys are looking for me any other day of the week, you can find me on Instagram at the Styles Report. That's Styles with an I. I just put up a cute picture from Saturday night. I was looking real bronzy. I was looking, summer tans.
I'll try to find it for y'all.
Summer tans. And so you can find me on Instagram at the Styles Report. You can find me on Twitter. I don't really do much on Twitter. I just lurk and read horoscopes.
I don't have a Twitter. You have a TikTok?
I don't have a TikTok.
Okay.
No. I feel like it's just too much time spent watching other people live their lives. So it's been real. Holler at me at the Styles Report. If you guys want to bless the kid, I'm at Cash App, $, Erin Styles. Venmo, same thing, Erin Styles 31. But I will see you guys next week, and we'll be ready to go. Thank you again for tuning in. It's been real.
We out of here, y'all.
We out of here. Peace.